Hey everyone, welcome back. All right, so today we're gonna go ahead and fix this little part of my gel that kind of lifted. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this Triple D cuticle conditioner, and I'm gonna use this tool to help me like push back the cuticle. I'm also going to be using my cuticle nipper to cut off any excess skin that's going to come off. So we're going to go ahead and put a little dot right in the cuticle area and kind of let that sit for a bit. I'm going to take the back end of this tool, kind of like that spoon scoopy part, and just push back the cuticle. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this glass cuticle pusher from Bonafide Beauty. This is actually my favorite tool when I do like fills or anything like that. I use this literally every single time, and I have two of them actually. So one part is an angle part, which helps you scrape off that cuticle that's actually on your nail. The other side of this tool is actually more of a pointier side, and I actually use this to kind of scrape out all of that excess skin that I did with the flat part. And you guys, I swear by this. I'm telling you, this is a game changer. I love this tool. Okay, so this is how she looks like, and it is located in my Amazon storefront, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. I'm then gonna go ahead and use this tool. I actually don't know what this tool is called, but I know it comes in a lot of like nail kits. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag it along my cuticle part and let that do its job. I don't put any pressure or anything like that because these things are sharp and you can cut your cuticle open. So if you do use one of these, you guys, just be careful and be aware. Them things are sharp, and just let it do its thing. Let it glide around your cuticle area. Any excess skin that I can't get, or any excess cuticle that I can't get, this is what I use my cuticle nippers for. All right, now we're ready to go ahead and start the filing. So oh hey, that's me. So I actually set it in about the RPM's about 10. You can do about 10 to 12, but 10 is where I'm comfortable at. I used to do it at 8, but I just needed to be a little bit faster. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and try and keep the sand band part of it kind of parallel to my nail. If you angle it up at any way where like it's pointier in the front end, you actually can dig into your actual physical nail, and that can damage your nail. So you want to try and keep it as parallel as you can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way around the cuticle and then my way down to the free edge. I'm actually also going to use this sand band to kind of file down the bulk of my nail, because since I'm doing a fix / fill, I don't want to keep adding product because then that's going to go ahead and add like bulk to the nail, and I kind of want to always keep my builder gel thin since I'm always going to do dip powder on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch while I do this part. And you guys, if you're starting to learn with the drill, like for me, I'm still kind of new to the drill, just take your time. You don't want to rush anything. And honestly, you guys, the drill is intimidating, but if you just go ahead and go in it and just start slow and, you know, work at your own pace, you actually start getting more comfortable with it. And I can definitely attest to that. I was so scared of trying the drill, but now I cannot do my fills without it. And like I said, I know it's intimidating, but honestly, it definitely helps with bringing down your time when you do a manicure, or even help getting down some bulk, or just even prepping your nails. So I definitely do say purchase in a real good drill if you want to go ahead and try and start. And yeah, work at your own pace, you guys. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and dust off all of that like excess dustiness that I just got from it. I do have a little bit of lifting still that I need to get to, so I actually decided to do that part with the hand file. I used a 180 grit file, so I'm going to go ahead and just go back and forth. I am only trying to keep the file on the gel part that's lifted and not on my natural nail. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch this part as well, and then I'll pop back in. So right here, you guys, honestly, this is how I also file my nails. I wanted to do a trim down on my nails because they were getting kind of, like my C curve is really strong, so they started to like get kind of wonky. So I just decided to kind of reshape my nail because since I'm rebalancing, I might as well reshape it as well. So as you can tell, I'm like literally putting my fingers at all different angles, even looking down the barrel of my nail, because I don't want my builder gel to be too thick in either of those areas, but still keep an apex. So we're gonna go ahead and take some of that Ultrabond. I am using all Triple D products, by the way, you guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this all over my nail and let it sit for about a minute. After you let that sit for about a minute or so, you're going to go ahead and take your favorite gel base. Again, I'm using all Triple D products today, so I'm going to go ahead and take my base and take a good amount on it. I don't want to make this too thick or too thin, but I want to make sure that I'm covering my entire nail, not leaving any air bubbles or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cover my entire nail, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a full cure for 60 seconds. So for today's fill, I'm going to be using the Builder Gel in a bottle, and I'm going to be using the color Opulent, which is that peachy shade. So for my first layer, because I like to do these in like steps, you guys, for my first layer, I guess, of Builder Gel, I just take a little bit on the brush and I kind of literally just paint it all over. And this is just for me, giving me a base to work with. So as you can tell, I'm going to make sure I get all the way down to my sidewalls and my free edge. So on my first layer, I'm just focusing on getting the product on my nail and not focusing on getting an apex. Once you cure it for 60 seconds, this is when you can grab a little bit more product than you did before. For me, I'm going to go ahead and start for about 3/4 of the way up, kind of like where my apex is supposed to be. But I also want to make sure that my cuticle area is also thin, because I kind of like to make it look like it's naturally growing out of my cuticle area. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the brush and kind of play with that excess Builder Gel and work my apex. I'm also holding my finger upside down for that, and that's just to let the gravity do its job to like kind of pull down the gel into a natural shaped apex. Once that layer is completely cured, we're going to go ahead and grab a lint-free wipe with some alcohol on it, and we're going to go ahead and remove that tacky layer before we start filing and buffing. So after that's done, you're then going to go ahead and file any excess gel that you get in your sidewalls. Sometimes that happens, that's okay. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and work on our nail shape from here. So I'm going to go ahead and focus my file first on the front of my nail. And then I'm going to work my way around the cuticle and then kind of a little bit over where the apex is. So the main goal for me, you guys, is to keep this Builder Gel as thin as possible, but also strong enough to where if I don't have anything else on my nails won't bend or they won't break. So as I'm filing my nail shape, I'm also trying to focus on the thickness of my Builder Gel or how I'm leaving it, because I don't want to file too much. And real quick, you guys, I got a lot of positive responses on my last video talking about the crime series that I'm going to be end up doing. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and start doing my research for my first case. And I'm thinking of uploading them probably in the middle of the month. And I'm going to go ahead and start with just probably one video a month just for that particular series. And depending on how good it goes, then I'm going to go ahead and do more, of course. All right, so now once you're done filing, we're going to go ahead and buff. This is the buffers that I like to use for right now while I'm doing this buff. I like to use the finer grit side of the buffer, and this just makes it really, really super smooth. So sometimes some girls I know, for like some of my friends, my nail besties, they actually don't put a gel top coat after this. They just buff it really fine and just leave it as is and go into like a peel base or directly into their dip mani, that's okay. You can actually do that as well. I like to go ahead and just smooth it out as much as possible just to see if there's any imperfections. And then I'm going to go ahead and just dust off any excess of like that loose powder. But I do like going in with a gel top coat, so this is what I'm doing right here. I'm going to go ahead and just put a full layer of gel top coat and then do another full cure. Okay, so this is how we're looking like straight out of the lamp. So of course I'm going to go ahead and add some cuticle oil. And I'm going to go ahead and rub that into my skin and into my cuticle area. And this is our final result. So I hope this helps you guys if you're having any trouble with any builder gel issues. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, and I will see you later. Bye.